So good evening. Good evening to everyone. Thank you for joining. So we'll actually have a very informal discussion, basically, about fellowship. So you know about foundation, all of you. So we started in 2000, 2001, and our vision was to actually work towards a society, which is just, which is sustainable, and more than anything, which is human. So this is the vision with which we started, and till now we have been in the field in 5, 6 states: Uttarakhand, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Telangana, and then also in Puducherry, Karnataka. So it has been 2 decades now. And today with you, Mind Foundation in 2003, and
I think his network broke off. So Uma Shankar Periodi, he was with us, and right now you can see the two of us on screen, Devabruto and myself. I am Madhubanti. So Devabruto, would you like to take this forward?
So, good evening, everyone. So, as Perry was introducing, I think Perry is back. Perry will continue. Okay.
yeah, yeah, nothing to continue. Basically, so 2 decades, and I just wanted to tell you that we work in the sector of education. Education is our main thing, and in all these places, we have started working with the school education and with the government. Most of our work with is with the government. We started with the primary education, and we'll go up till +2, from K to +2. And that, I think by now, in these 2 decades, we have built a credibility. But I would like to tell you that, share that during this crisis of COVID, in all the places that we are working, we have been active in fighting with the district administration the COVID. So it was in 2 areas. One is humanitarian area, and the other one was in helping them build the healthcare system. So that is a response to the crisis that the society goes through. We are there, and all our members are there in the field doing that work. So today we will be speaking about fellowship, and with us we have Devobrata and Madhubanti. So I would request them to introduce themselves before I say some more thing about fellowship. Yeah, please introduce yourself.
So, good evening, everyone. Myself, Debrat Shah. I'm basically from West Bengal, and from past 5 years, I'm working in Azim Premji Foundation, and currently I'm located in Pali district of Rajasthan. So, before joining to Azim Premji Foundation, I was working in a corporate sector as an engineer. So, during that, from the beginning, I was thinking about to contribute in the social sector and to make some changes. During that process, I was exploring different options. What can be done? So when I was exploring, I found that education is the best method. What I will say that it's a best non-violent way of doing impact in the society. So and it is a sustainable option also. So I decided, being from the background of a non-educational background. I did my graduation in electronics and telecommunication engineering, and so I was not very much aware about the education system, how it works. But I can feel, even I was feeling the problems and what are the challenges is there in the education system. So I decided to explore it, and that's why I choose the fellowship program of Azim Premji Foundation. So that's why I came to this organization. And after joining there, I was not having any plan to make my career into this sector. I was simply wants to explore this sector, and I want to learn about the more about the education system. I think this fellowship program gave me that opportunity to explore and learn. And gradually, I started believing that I can contribute in this sector and I can make some changes also. So from that position, from that time, I am working here, and in this December, I'm going to complete my 6 years in the foundation. So after completing my fellowship program, I was basically responsible. I was working as a subject resource person, and as well as some responsibility of the geography location. So as a subject resource person, what I was doing conducting workshop with the teachers, working with them, how we can help them make their to learn to help them to make their children learn better way. So that's the main work I was doing. And parallelly, along after completion of my fellowship program, I did the mentoring of the fellows of next batches and the associates, those who joined directly from the campusing on-campus program. So this was the task I did. Currently, I'm playing an role of district coordinator. So as a district coordinator, what I'm doing other than just subject resource person is that I am currently handling a team which is responsible to provide our support in the Pali district. So as a district coordinator, my role is to handle this team, making the plan for how we can uh, making the plan and implement and review our work, so that I can we can ensure the impact of our work in the large scale. What is the impact? Impact is that we should help teachers to teach better, and based on that improvement happens in their children learning. So this is the role currently I am playing. So as of now, this is my introduction. So I would like to Madhumanti to continue her introduction. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Devaprato. My name is Madhubanti, and I joined the foundation with the 2018 fellowship batch. So from our time, the fellowship was of 2 years. The last batch where the fellowship was of 2 years. I completed my fellowship in this year, March, and now I am working as a teacher educator in Dhamtari district of Chhattisgarh. So I am basically from Kolkata, and I was born and raised there. I completed my education in Kolkata. I did my masters in statistics, and like Devobroto, after completion of my post graduation, I was working in the corporate sector as an analyst in a market research company. I worked there for 3 years. So after a time, I felt that the corporate structure, it was not for me. I mean, I liked my work, I liked the tools I was working with, but I could not align with the overall goals of what I was working for, whose problems was I solving. And I was always interested in human childhood, and a large part of it consists of the time we spend in school, college education, so specifically in schools. And I was interested in how that childhood and education shapes our lives as an adult. So, in a nutshell, that was my purpose for exploring the school education system and working in this sector. When I was looking for different fellowships, and I came to know about Azim Premji Foundation Fellowship, and it seemed to be the most perfect fellowship for the interests I had, the way I wanted to explore the public education system. So it's been 2 years, and now I'm working as a teacher educator. So my job, what does it entail? It mostly entails now of working with teachers. So making school visits, interacting with them in different workshops, uh, trying to help them in whatever support they need for better practice in the classroom. It can be different things. It can be help with regards to the content they're teaching. It can be educational perspectives, any other support they need, and different workshops, facilitation on those workshops, developing modules. For my fellowship, I was working in mathematics, but right now I am working in both language and mathematics. So this is my introduction in a nutshell.
Thank you, Madhumanti. And thank you, Devak. So basically, see, we had started in 2001, and by 2010, we had done considerable amount of work in this field, and we were known basically. And in the field, in the most remote areas, that is how we select our work area, geography. In all the states where we work in the most remote, most underdeveloped, underserved area. And then, because of this, definitely very soon we were known for this type of a work, which is very hard work and which had a very strong implication in the field. These areas were quite difficult, not an easy area, but our initial teams which went to these places, they did quite a lot of good work. So that was the time when we were known also after some time in the outside world. And people are interested in good work, in social work, in helping others. So that was the time when we got a lot of demands, requests that we would like to get this experience. We would like to join you. We would like to come and do this type of work. And this demand, this request came from a variety of sectors. There were a lot of people who did requests from corporate. There were a lot from other companies. There were a lot from research. There were people from non-teaching field. So different. There were people from banking sector. So most of them said that we want to work with you. And they were also saying we don't have this experience. We are from totally a different sector and we want to have some experience of this sector. And this looks very interesting and we really want to do so. That was the time when we thought of this type of a fellowship, where we said that we should be able to give people an opportunity to immerse themselves in this sector, the social sector, uh, especially the education sector where we are working in, so that they might be from any other sector. They come here, they immerse themselves. And in that process, that immersion, the way what we are working, they also work, and then they learn. And uh, probably they contribute very soon, because once you are very intensely involved in something, you learn a lot, and then you would like to contribute. If you don't contribute, you feel very diffident. So that was the time when we felt that I think we should make this a opportunity for people to come from outside any other sector and to get an experience of this sector, and then probably find out if this is the sector that they want to get involved, if this is what they are made for, for. Probably after this immersion, some people might say and feel that this is not my area, this is not my cup of tea. Then we give them an opportunity to leave and to live gracefully, not to live like a failed person, not to live like, oh, mujhse kuch nahi hoga, not like that. This is an experience. I've experienced this, good. This is not for me. I believe. And that was how we had envisaged this those days. And in 2012, we started the fellowship program. Those days, it was quite open. People could come from any sector. It was 2 years, and they could get into the experience and work in the schools with our other members. Also have some other experience, get to know the teaching faculty, also the education sector, the entire system of education, interact with them, get to know the parents, through them the community and the entire society, understanding the society, and then also learning from different experiences that was created in the foundation. So this is how we started. And those days it was quite open, in the sense it was 2 days. At the end of 1 year, you could actually take a decision. You could continue or you could leave. And then we were able to give them a certificate at the end of the first year itself as a 1 year fellowship program. But then this whole process also gave us a lot of insights. So we felt that this many of the people who came stayed with us. They came, they saw, they stayed. This experience of working with our people in that remote area, I think many of them stayed. So then we also started thinking that this need not be 2 years. Whatever experience that we want to give can be given in 1 year, and it can be more tighter, more crisper, but more focused. So we slowly brought it down to 1 year. And then we also saw that many were not going out. Many of them wanted to be with us. So in the whole program, we also had this area where we said towards the end, probably if it is 1 year, probably by seventh, eighth month, they can also come to some understanding as to what role they want to play. And then in foundation, we would make them uh, some opportunity to work more and explore more that particular role that that person is thinking of. So that opportunity also we were able to make. So that is how we, from the 2 years thing, we compressed it into 1 year, and now we have this 1 year. What is the whole model? The model is very simple. The model is basically immerse yourself. See, we believe in this. We believe that learning happens in immersion. When you completely get yourself into it and do that, and do something which is concrete and helpful for the society, not something of a fake or a mock to learn. We don't believe in that. We believe that something concrete has to be done, and in that process, actually, you learn. So that immersion will be in the rural areas where we are working, in remote blocks, like Deba brother might say, he will be able to tell you in Pali how inside we are working, which is quite under served area, underdeveloped area. So they stay there, and then they work in the schools. We have very clear thing that anybody who gets into the fellowship gets into the school and teaches. That's the first thing that to do. And in 1 year, they will have to go to the school for 120 days. 120 days in school, in teaching. And in this immersion, one is with the school, with also the education department. In the process, through the teacher, through the head teacher, they slowly move towards understanding the entire system. There might be so many things that the school needs to have, and they are not being able to get some. There would be some land which is not being given to them. So how do you do? What do you do with that? Whom do you approach? The education system that is there, the government system that is there. So you negotiate with that. So slowly they move towards that. And then also there is one more area, the area of children, their parents, and through them the community, the real community, the society. They go to the people, see them, understand them, be with them. See, being with them and working towards the improvement of the school with the parents, with the community, is something that
Okay. Perry's network probably broke off again.
So we will, I think, we'll listen from Perry. Till that, we can take a couple of questions, I think, which has came right now. And once Perry will join, he will continue that. Okay. So I would like to Madhumanti to respond on this. The
How do
question
the
is how do
fellows? Yeah. How do the fellows work with the government? As Perry was mentioning the whole process of the fellowship, the first step is you immerse yourself into the whole ecosystem of public education, right? So, as part of the fellowship structure, you spend a minimum of 120 days in a public school, which is a government school, right? So that's one part. So that part includes initially observing the whole process of how a school works, observing the classroom, inside the classroom, outside the classroom, the whole process. And eventually you start immersing yourselves into the teaching process. Other than that, as part of the fellowship structure, you also get a lot of exposure to the functionaries, the education department in your location. There's a lot of opportunity to interaction in there as well. You can add something, Devabruto, if you would like.
Yeah, I think it is fine. That's the thing only that in the fellowship program, we are directly, if I say that what are the work we need to do with the government, then this is the only thing we are doing during the fellowship, that you have to teach 120 days in the public school. So that's one place you are interacting with government, and apart from that, you will get an exposure of the different government offices, means the education functionaries. You can visit those offices with some other members of your team, so that you can get familiar about the district education functionaries, what is their role, and what is the block functionary does, what is the role of a panchayat education officer. So these are the things we will get, but you may not may not to interact them directly, or during, at least during fellowship program. I think
And you
Perry,
Yeah,
yes, Madhavan.
sorry. I just wanted to add that you also get a lot of exposure at block level and district level workshops, which is held by the government. So that's another form of exposure. Yeah.
fine. Yeah. So basically, so this is how our people are in fellowship in the field and immersed learning. See, when I say learning, this there is this element. One is you learn from your own work, the way you're working, but you're working not alone. You're working with other people. You're working with seniors. You're working with people who have worked in that area for 10 years. 15 years. You were working with people who have come from other sector, who have done extraordinary work there. So you learn a lot from others, looking at their work. There is one more thing also. In foundation, we feel that the development or the growth of any organization is the growth of their people. So there are lots of opportunities that we create for the growth of the our own people, members. So there are workshops, there are going and moving to other places where there is extraordinarily work done. So exposure visit to other NGOs, other places. So this way, there's a lot of opportunities created for learning and to enhance your learning. There's a lot of reflection also. Reflection on what you did, on what you learned, so that what you learn becomes more concrete, and then it slowly becomes knowledge for you. And then there is also this element that as you move in this year, after 5 6 months, you are no more just a trainee. You are also a member of that team and contributing to the real work that is happening there. This gives another solid experience for our fellows, where they start contributing, where they start doing their own programs, some initially with others, but later independent programs at the block level. So this is how the entire process is designed, and basically that is what we look for also. If you take these three things, I think that is what we look for. We look for people who are open for immersion, people who can be in the field, people who can be in the remote areas, people who can be inside the government school teaching, interacting with children, interacting with teachers, negotiating with teachers. This immersion in any area, we look for those type of people who are open for immersion and who are open for learning. See, fellowship is for people who have had some experience, 4 5 years of solid experience. And we also see that people who have come, who are coming, have some track record of work that they have done in their earlier areas, in their earlier sector, in their earlier company. Somebody who has had something, that area and that sector might be totally different, might not be education, but we are fine. But something they should be doing this part, and then a passion for social work, social action. This is a area which is which needs a lot of your energy, which needs a lot of yourself, uh, your principles, your values. So this passion for social change is something that we really look for when we look for people. So this is basically our model and what we look for. So as such, when we look at it, when we look at the from 12 to 12 today, we see that there is a lot of people who have come, and many have joined us and are doing extraordinary work. Today, with us, we have two people. You will see that Madhubanti is a resource person. She's a teacher educator and working very intensely with teachers. And we can ask her in this process what is the change that she has seen with some of the teachers. She will be happy to share that. And we have Devabrata, who's also leading a district Pali. Not only these two people, leading a district is many blocks, and he will have a lot of people to deal with. So very soon they have got into this role. We have a lot of this type of fellows who have done extraordinarily good work. I can tell you about Yogish, who worked in Wipro for quite some time, more than 10 years, who came to us for the fellowship, joined the fellowship. He was in Puducherry, coordinating there. And today he's leading a project in Telangana. Uh, it's on early childhood education. See, this is a very important program for us because for us, we do a lot of research and then we get into work. And he's leading that. We have a lot of other people like that. We have Rachana, who joined us from a wildlife sector, from wildlife study, wildlife research, who slowly got into a district coordinator's role in Ballari, and then she's now with the programs team, helping all the field institutes. So we have many people who have come, who have enjoyed, who have got into different roles. Some of these roles are in academic, basically, teacher educator roles. Some of these roles are in actually dealing with the team. So this way, we have seen quite a lot of people who are enjoying their work. So this is basically the journey that we have. And now I think I will stop and request uh, our friends to speak, Debabrata and Madhubanti. So one of you can speak about your experience, and then we'll take the questions. Yeah, Debabrata, you would like to speak?
Yeah, sure, Perry. I'll start. So we can start with during my fellowship journey. From there, we can start.
Madhubanti, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Yes, Perry, you are audible. Am I audible? Yes.
Yes, Devu.
Okay. Okay. So I think that fellowship program is a beautiful journey, and it gave me lot of opportunity to learn. Learn means new things I have learned through this fellowship program. I came to know about lot of social issues that I never encountered during my childhood or in my education during that time. But after coming to this field, when I get this exposure of these remote areas, so I came to know about lot of things, what is happening, in which situation we are going through, how the what type of children are coming to our school, and what are the difficulties they are facing to their studies. What are the types of challenges teachers are facing? Though it is looks like they are doing a government job, still they need to face a lot of difficulties, and they most of I am currently located. If you see this place, half of the region still there is no network, proper internet network, and we are thinking that people will we want our teacher to teach through online media, or our children to learn through online things. So this is the situation, these are the thing I came to know. But that is the problem. But what can be done? So this fellowship program gave me that opportunity to think, what are the things can be done in this situation, so that the children, those who are coming to our school, they get to learn properly. The teacher can teach them better way. So these the things we have got that opportunity during my fellowship program. Hi, it is of course there. Initially, there was some challenges. Like you can see that I'm basically from West Bengal, and currently I'm working in Rajasthan. So definitely, initially I faced some language issue, but gradually I overcome that, and today I don't feel any problem in interacting with teachers or children, whatever it is. The best part of the fellowship is, I think, that school practice time. So this is the time you get you are dedicate your time for the interacting with children, and teaching them understand that what kind of problem they face in academics. In just like for example, I'm working in mathematics. So in primary level, what kind of the problems the children face, and what are the things can be done so that children can learn easily and start enjoying the subject. So after that, after realizing all those things, after implementing that thing in your school, when you see that yes, children can learn. If we can teach them like this way, they can learn and they can perform better. So same experience we can share with the teachers to motivate them or capacitate them that what they could do in their school to teach their children better. So that's the main work we are doing. So through that fellowship program, I came to know and I started believing that yes, it is possible to make some changes. You can teach better. You can, if you guide them properly, our children can learn better way. So this is the I think the fellowship program journey I did. Apart from that, after that I have after my fellowship I have already completed almost 4 years in foundation. So apart from that, in fellowship, what I will say that Azim Premji Foundation, we have a very good team, and we work together and we learn together. They are very much supportive. That's This is the thing. And currently in my role, what is the main challenge? Not I will say challenge. The interesting part I will say that you have to think that in this situation, in the current geographical location, what are the strategies you can do, you can make by implementing that you can enhance the capacity of the teacher, and by enhancing their capacity you can impact the learning of the children, those who are coming to the education system in the government schools. So that's the major part, and simultaneously as a coordinator it is my job to make our people, yeah, make my team members to keep motivated, support them so that they can also excel in their roles. So it's a nice journey till now. I'm enjoying this work, and a lot of you can't say that change happens in a minute. So in this 6 years journey, there is very lot of small changes you can I have recognized, or I would say that I'm able to identify that these changes have which are happened. So let me stop now, and I think Perry will take to the we can go forward.
Yeah, I think Madhuri can speak. No,
Okay.
she
Uh,
can share her
Yes.
experience. Yeah,
Okay. I
Madhuri.
think we have some questions, so I will try to do it very briefly.
All right.
Devubroto has mentioned certain things, but one thing I would like to mention is that this fellowship is a perfect platform when you can bring your theoretical knowledge and your practical experiences together. So before joining the fellowship, all my ideas were from what I used to read about the public education system. It could be different articles, the all lot of surveys which keep happening. So I had certain set of notions that okay, the public education system probably is not that good. The learning levels are every year I can say it's so low. But when I joined the fellowship, so I could actually work from the field, and I could immerse myself into the classroom, the school ecosystem, and see how things actually work. What is the role of the teachers? What is the role of the community within which the school is located? How do the functionaries work? What are the other roles the teachers have to perform? So there are many things, and along with it, as Perry was mentioning, so help will always be given to those who ask for it. You know, we have a wonderful team at the foundation, people who come from different backgrounds, varied experiences, and they will always help you and guide you with any sort of questions, doubts. you may have, because once you start going to the field, there's always, your head is bubbling with questions every day you come back from the school. And I used to ask every one of our members, especially my mentor, every day, that today this happened, what can I do? And there was always help from everybody. There are a lot of issues. I can keep on talking about it. So you know that RTE says that corporal punishment is prohibited in the schools, but you go to the schools, you see that the reality is a bit different. There are caste issues, gender issues, challenges the first generation learners face. So this fellowship experience gave me a perfect opportunity to experience all these issues firsthand, and try to make very small changes in my own way. As Devabrata was saying, change does not happen in a minute, in a day, or probably not in a month. Uh, but yes, I learned that how do you make inroads, and how do you first set up a rapport with the teacher, and then try to slowly bring in some change in their practices. Yeah, Perry.
Yeah, yeah. So just to continue what Madhubanti was saying, no, this one thing was very, very interesting, which she said that change in this sector cannot be seen very soon, no, very early. So our experience in Surpur, one of the area where we started work long back in 2004, very, very slight change in the learning levels of the children for us to find out. It took us more than 7 years. 7 years with this level of intensity of work and with such good team, all these things. So if you start immediately evaluating 1 year, 2 year, has something happened in education, I think you will not be able to get the that type of a result because this takes time. So for us, it took 7 years. What Madhubanti was saying is true. That is why this passion is needed. This larger vision and larger understanding of the society, the change is needed. But definitely in the process of working, you will see a slight change here, a slight change there, a child doing very well, a teacher completely changing the way she is doing her classes, changing the attitudes that she had for children. So all these things can happen. But that's true what Madhubanti was saying. So there are a few questions here. Uh, the one question is what is the process of applying as I've applied, but I've not got any uh, message from them. I have applied, but I have not got any update on this. So the answer is you will get the update. Your communication will be sent after screening and as per the required criteria that they will do definitely because uh, for us also you joining is very important. It is not like that we don't want anybody to join. No, we want people to join. So you will get communication. You will be. So don't worry, don't bother about it. There are other questions also. There is one question which question number 3. As a fellow, will I get an opportunity to work with school children? See, I would like to share with you foundation stand. So, see, as a fellow, to learn about how children learn, definitely you will be able to do a lot of work with children. How they learn, how they behave, what is the growth pattern, how what happens when you do something with a child. See, this type of a thing is very important for a teacher and a teacher educator. And that definitely experience you will have to work with children. For that, you will be doing that. But you should also know that in foundation, we don't completely work only with children. We work with the entire system. And our focus is on teachers. We feel that if the teacher's capacity is built, and if we have a quality teacher, actually the education will be of a quality. So our entire focus and our entire energy is spent on working with teachers, building the capacity of the teachers. All these other things, like understanding children, understanding community, is also more for us to actually improve our working with teachers. So, as you see, it will be more working with teacher than with children. But now we have a section where we have started working with early childhood. So that is with the early childhood. There also we are working with early childhood teachers more than children. But to work with teachers, you will have to understand the children. So that is why this experience is also there. It will be there. Eligibility criteria and selection process to join the fellowship program. Uh, do you all want to take it, one of you, since you have gone through this very recently? Madhubanti or
Devabrata?
Devabra?
Okay, okay. Uh, yes, so I think the criteria is that you have to have at least 4 to 10 years of work experience. So you cannot be a fresher, and there's some academic or professional track record. I earlier it was PG, but I think now it has been UG or PG degree in any discipline. It's a must that you know the local language in the location you are joining. So I am located in Chhattisgarh. My mother tongue is Bangla, but it's a must that I can read, write, and speak in Hindi. Otherwise, I cannot work here. And some proficiency in English as well. And I think the age limit is the applicant needs to be below 35 years of age. Yes.
Yeah. So,
Did I miss anything? Devabrata?
Yeah, no, I think it's correct only. 35, below 35. Yes.
And of course, you have to be willing to travel because a large part of our work involves a lot of traveling.
so basically, once you, huh, yeah, yeah, this is there. You can see that, no, that a detailed criteria and details of selection process there in the website. See, but the what we are attempting is to actually make the selection process also a very good experience for people who are joining. A process where they they learn a lot, they mingle with others, and that is the attempt that we are doing, so that you don't feel like sitting for an exam, either passing and failing. Understanding foundation, understanding society, and in that process, your responses. That type of a process we are going through. There is a written test, and then you have the interview with our senior people, and that is where we both of us. It's a mutual thing, in fact, where we also try to see how is this person, what is the person, what is the passion, what has the person done earlier, those type of things, and future, how does he see the person. See, so many times people ask us, no? The person might not be very smart, but the person is selected and is in the team. How come? So the interviewer, a very senior person, might have seen that the person is not very smart, but the person has a very openness to learn. The person is very open to learn, and person is very, very deeply interested in changing this society. Is very deeply sensitive to vulnerable people. Then probably those are some of the things that has uh, helped him to get into it. So it could be a very interesting experience, the process of interviewing, getting in, selected. But we also do tell people that if you are not selected, it is not because are you don't have those things. You have those things, but I think we are looking for a very different skill sets, and in that particular situation, those skill sets probably we were not able to see. That is why this has happened, not because you are bad or you are not equipped. You might be very good, and in that situation, probably the interviewer who was seeing towards that particular skill set, that was not exhibited that particular day. It could be that. So don't worry about getting in or getting out. There, this world is very beautiful. There are thousands of opportunities for us, people who has passion. Yeah, there is one. Yes, this question. So what happens? What happens after 1 year of fellowship? Actually, if you ask fellows, they will say nothing happens. The way that they were doing, fellowship work continues. Actually, probably the way we were treating them might be slightly different. Till then, we were definitely treating them like people, uh, like like trainees, like people who have come to learn. So we would provide them a lot of opportunities for learning, and we would take care of them. This part I can tell you. When they have come, they have just joined us. Take care of them, and then also provide a lot of learning spaces for them. When they are doing, probably we gave a lot of review, reflections, uh, feedbacks. This might be more in the fellowship process. Later, you go into work, you become professional. Probably you will be given more responsibilities. You will be till then you might be working with a group, and you would be helping somebody to do some session. Now after this, you will be doing your own sessions, planning and executing the session. So you will be on your own, and you will get into different roles and responsibilities. Your responsibility will be higher, they will be more. So you will be like any other responsible person in the foundation. Debabrata and Madhubanti, do you all want to say anything? What change will be there?
I think that is the best part of our fellowship program. I think that is the fellowship program framework. It is designed in such a way that you may not be able to think that able to discriminate that you are learning now. Now you are contributing. So this framework is designed in such a way that through learning only you will be start contributing. So what will happen ki, when your fellowship program will comes to end, you automatically realize that you somehow move to the contributing position. That thing that Perry shared, that immerse, learn, and contribute. So you have immersed through fellowship, and you're learning and start contributing. And end of the fellowship program, you're automatically somehow contributing in this work what we are doing in field. And apart from that, as mentioned by Perry, if maybe you will be if foundation thinks that you will be fit for some other roles which is available in foundation, you may be perfect for a you are doing good in the subject, but you can be a good coordinator. So you may be offered you will be asked to coordinate a small geography like a block. And maybe you may be a good, you can be a good recruiter, so you can be moved to the recruitment team. Or you may be like a what I say, there is a field measurement team, just like Perry mentioned, that we do the measurement of our work, we assess our work, what we are doing, is it making any impact in our field. So maybe you will be a good researcher. So based on your capability or your interest area, if foundation also thinks that you will be perfect to that position, then you can be offered some other roles also. So that's the thing only I want to add. So is Madhumanti, any concluding remarks? Actually, we have completed, we are going over
I
our time. Yes. Fine.
yes.
Fine, fine.
Uh,
Uh, just before finishing, uh, uh, Madhubanti, is there something
yes.
during the fellowship? This is to you, I'm asking. Is there something that during the fellowship that there was something that completely changed the way you were looking at things? Is there some experience like that happened?
Uh, Not completely, I would say, but I had one notion that once you are an adult, it's very difficult to change your notions because most of our ideas kind of form by the time we are adolescents, right? But once I started working with the teachers and continuously engage with them, as we were talking about change, so there was some instance regarding corporal punishment. There were some instances regarding mixing up of children from different genders. So after continuously having dialogues with the teachers, encouraging them, I saw certain things change. That girls and boys started playing together in the school I used to go to. Then the corporal punishment slowly started to stop. I won't say that it stopped altogether. That would be a lie, but it slowly started to stop. So I felt that it's never too late to engage with anybody, especially in our context with the teachers. If you persist, if you go on, things will certainly change. And that is all
Fine.
we are all trying. Yeah. Okay.
Very good. Thank you so much. Debabrata,
Yes, Phil.
do you want to share any major problems that you in the process?
Sorry, Perry, I couldn't hear you properly.
Debabrata?
Can you repeat your question? Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Can
I'm
you repeat
asking
your
you
question?
in that process.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Yes,
no?
Perry, you are able. Yes.
So any major challenge that you faced which you were able to overcome?
So, as I mentioned before, I think if I see there are two major challenge I faced. First thing was the language, which I mentioned. That I was not a fluent Hindi speaker. Actually, I am very much fluent only in Bengali, and now I can say that I'm also fluent in Hindi. So initially, I felt a little bit challenge in that, but gradually I improved that. How I have improved, I started reading, I started taking started facilitating session with that with that comment that I'm very not very much good in speaking in Hindi. But thing is that people of our country is very much sensitive. They understand that even teachers are more sensitive. So they used to listen what actually I want to say about to them. And now I think they like the way I talk to them in Hindi, in their language. So that's the one thing. Second thing was that I didn't have any experience of teaching in school or working with children. So initially, I thought that how could I work with children? It will be very difficult task, even that too with the primary level children. So initially, that was a challenge, but gradually I understand when I start reading about the things that how the other teachers have worked. When I start dialogue with our senior members, so they guided me, and then I started working slowly with the children, and now I think whenever I used to visit school. Definitely, at least half an hour I will spend in the school in the classroom to interact with children. So that's the most important thing I enjoy till now. Also, whenever I visit school, I interact with children. I love to spend time with them. Love to know about them. So that's the thing. This is the thing. Otherwise, other challenges are very limited. If you have to work in a remote area, there will be you have to accept that there will be some problems. And with that mindset only you have to come, and you have to believe that it will be you can overcome, because there is a team. They will help you in that process.
Fine. Thank you.
Oh,
Uh, I think that was a beautiful note to end. That there are, you are not coming to some vacuum. There is a group there, a group who loves you, who will cooperate with you, who wants you to come there, so that their family uh, is improved, their family gets bigger, and we can do a lot of work. So the places that we are there are remote places, but the people, our own people, and the community, the teachers and the community, all of them are good. This is what we have seen in all the states and all the places, locations that we are working. So it's a very interesting thing. Actually, field is a place where things happen, and field is a place where we can make things happen. Actually, that is why it's a very, very powerful place. So, to this powerful place, we invite all of you. Please do come and let us change the society. Change it for a better society. Thank you. Thank you, one and all, for participating in this. Thank you. Special thanks to Debo brother for
thank you.
actually his experience, sharing all those experiences. Thank you, Debo brother. And thank you,
Thank
Madhuban.
you.
So nice it was to have you and share all your experiences. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
all our people who have helped us in the background, all of them, Monideepa, Bhagul, everyone, Rohini, and all of you people who have come, who have participated, who have asked such a lot of questions that shows your interest. So, once again, please come, join this family. Let us change this world. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.